Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm the Gray Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Monday, May 22nd, 2023. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Can I please get the first 5 cards in our 5-card spread? First card starting out, we've got 2 cards to start today. It's going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it most aligns to. Now, specifically we saw this yesterday. I keep pointing this out. We keep seeing this back and forth happening between the feminine and masculine energy right now. What are we seeing? Well, when feminine, we keep seeing the Queen of Pentacles going into its reversal, and then the next day, sure as anything, we see the masculine energy reflecting that same fact. And then the masculine energy's there, and then it reflects it to the feminine. We've got this like ping pong effect that's been happening ever since we came into this retrograde cycle of the shadow period. Specifically here, we see that masculine is still, and we've been seeing this over the last few days, masculine energy. You have been doing some work right now in addressing some situations or scenarios in your own personal life right now that you feel are creating a point of instability for you. And this is going to reflect right now to you in any space or place where you house that feeling of stability. So if it's in your finances right now, you're going to feel it on the financial front. If it's in your relationships, you're going to feel it in the relationship front. This is that moment where you're putting a lot of attention right now on the feeling of instability and how to correct it. Because we do see, though, that while this is a moment that is creating a point of instability, you are trying to put some consideration in how to address it. Specifically, and I need to point this out because this is a very retrograde message that we're still seeing here, this has to do with some situations or circumstances from the past coming to the surface right now. Something about the masculine energy's past is rising back up right now, and whatever it is has a lot of the masculine energy's attention right now as they try to find this correction point, because whatever this is from the past is now a point of addressing for the masculine energy right now, because there's a recognition that it is still making you not feel secure. It's not making you feel stable, and there's something that you need to attend to make sure that you can correct this for yourself in this moment. While for feminine energy right now, this is a moment that you are potentially feeling that some situations and circumstances from the past either are manifesting within you emotionally right now, or actually tangibly coming into the surface in your tangible experience as it relates to some situations and circumstances from the past related to a manifestation of masculine energy that may have made some point of instability in your own life. Having this energy making its presence known in some way, shape, or form today, feeling some of that instability as you address it. This is either emotional consideration energy here, or something about this energy coming back up, if you will, and having to address it in some way, shape, or form. Continuing to get clarification, the second card we have coming through right now in our 5-card spread is the Sun. Why? Why are these things from the past rising back up to the surface? Well, it's going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, there is something that you are addressing right now as it relates to the past, something coming back up to the surface that you're feeling some level or degree of instability around, or created this sense of instability within you, or was related to your own sense of security and stability. But you are addressing it right now because we see that there is something now about the present moment that you feel has allowed some difference in change of perspective. We that see that even though you are feeling some of this instability here, you are also feeling a level or degree of optimism as it relates to that situation or scenario. That is where we're seeing some of this readdressing point coming in, because you're feeling optimistic. While you may be feeling this point of instability, there is a light at the end of the tunnel here. You see some path of positivity going forward, but it's requiring you to go backwards or to address something from the past as you move forward into these bright positive outcomes for yourself at this moment. While for feminine energy right now, This is going to slap a little bit different, because what we are seeing here is, while there is this moment that is requiring you to have some attention paid to some masculine energy that did create some point of instability for you in the past, you are viewing it now with a much more positive outlook, that there's something about the circumstances or situations that, even though this energy is still in this space, you may not necessarily have considered that this energy has changed much. There is something here that's allowing you to take a much more optimistic approach as you consider this circumstance or situation from the past and the instability around the energy that's surrounding it. The next card we have coming through in our 5-card spread, center card for our first 5 today, is, oh my God. Did I stutter? Did I stutter? Did I stutter? Did the card stutter? No. What did I start this reading saying, my friends? What did I start this reading saying? Did you hear me mention the fact about the masculine energy feeling a point of instability that then creates a point of instability for the feminine energy? The cards are giving us verification before I even, as from the thing that I just said. So this is that point. We are seeing here that there is something. Are you wondering if these energies are reflecting each other right now? Are they in alignment? Yeah, it's a weird alignment though. It's a weird post-retrograde alignment, because what are we seeing here? We are seeing that for both masculine and feminine energy right now, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to, that masculine and feminine energy right now are experiencing some tangible feeling of instability. I'm going to say that this level and degree of stability, or this expression of this, is going to translate around whatever or wherever you put this concentration of your stability right now. If it is in your finances, you're going to feel potentially unstable around your finances today. If it's around relationships, you're going to feel unstable around relationships today. If it's around your home, you're going to be feeling frustrated around your home today. This is the, and if it's around, but really, at the heart of it, we're seeing a lot of indications that the point of instability for both masculine and feminine right now is the opposing energy. It's the opposing energy. Feminine is not feeling masculine coming forward in a very stable way. It is making feminine feel unstable. Masculine is feeling unstable. Why? Because the feminine energy is appearing at a moment to not becoming unstable with stability. And this is creating that moment that's requiring this addressing of the past. For both energies, this could have to do with the past energy that created this point of instability. But having a different perspective, even as you're having this point of addressing it right now, there's something about your overall outlook on the situation adjusting or improving right now. Let's see if we can get more. We're going to need more clarity on these cards, my friends. We're going to need more clarity on these cards. Can I please have the next card, the 4th card in our 5-card spread right now? The next card, 2 cards coming out. Why not? Make it more complicated. There she is. We've got our Hangman in its reversal and our 9 of Wands in its reversal. Geez Louise, everybody is coming out to play today, because what are we seeing here? Well, we are seeing that while there are some situations from the past arising, either emotionally, mentally right now, a point of addressing it internally, or tangibly having to deal with something from the past rising back up tangibly in your experience today. And there is this moment of experiencing the anxiety around the stability of the energy associated with the circumstances or situations. There is also a moment right now of positivity coming into play. Why? Because even while there is this instability on the table, we see here that there is a positive outlook that is reaching here. And one of the reasons that this is happening is this positive outlook is, while there is a recognition of the other energy having this framework of instability, this isn't one that is blocking you at this moment. Whatever this energy is, it's not a block anymore. It's not holding you in place. It's not keeping you feeling limited or trapped right now. It's actually a point of liberation. This change in outlook, this brightening of your own perspective, is what you recognize is giving you new ability to move past the difficulties, to move past the destabilization point. This is creating that moment. And I will say that this is going to feel a little bit different depending on how this energy is coming towards you right now. This is a moment that even while some of this unstable energy is coming towards you right now, you are not necessarily feeling bound or caught up or trapped in it. You are moving very actively out of situations or circumstances that have caused you any degree of difficulty or discomfort. You feel like you've learned the karmic lessons around these things right now. And that's what's allowing you to move forward with this brightened outlook. So this is either going to create a moment of being able to address some of that energy of the past with a new perspective, not feeling like it is trapping you so much right now, or this is a moment that even while you're experiencing it, you are feeling ready and capable to move away from it. The next card we have coming through right now in our 5-card spread is, that's it, the 7 of Wands in its reversal. Why is this the case? Because you are choosing your battles wisely. You are choosing your battles wisely. So here's what we're really seeing right now. Even for masculine and feminine energy right now, even though there is this point of addressing some situations or circumstances from the past that you still feel bound, you still feel somewhat caught up in, having those kind of make their appearance in your present experience at the moment, you are able to move right now with a more positive, optimistic outlook, even as you are experiencing this, either metaphysically, internally, or having that physical expression of this today, because you're simply ready to walk away from anything that's going to create conflict. You're not letting yourself get in a space right now where you're going to fight for things that you hold to your integrity. You are allowing this easement. You are allowing this surrender. You're simply at a point, there's almost this like flippancy we're seeing. It doesn't create so much conflict for you right now. It's not creating so much conflict even as it is rising to the surface. It is making it easier for you to face it because you don't feel like you need to fight against it or for it at this moment. This easement is what's allowing for this brightened outlook, either as you proceed from these experiences, even as you are addressing them, or as you are addressing them presently. This shift allowing for a easement in what is occurring between the two energies. We love this. Let's continue to get some clarity on these cards right now, my friends. The next thing we are seeing, clarification between the King of Pentacles in its reversal, in combination with the Four of Swords in its reversal, in combination with the Sun card. So for masculine and feminine, this will feel a bit different, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, this is a moment that you yourself are feeling some point or degree of instability as it relates to wherever you put that stabilizing point within you right now. Having to deal and address with some circumstances and situations from the past that may have created this point of instability that you're feeling, but attending and addressing these right now with a more optimistic, bright outlook. While for feminine right now, this is a moment that you yourself are having to address some circumstances and situations related to the past, potentially around a masculine energy that created some point of instability in your own life. Something about this energy having this instability in their life that may be reflecting on you right now, but also being able to attend or direct your energy towards this right now with a more optimistic outlook. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with, wow, 3 of Pentacles. There it is, my friends. There it is. So what are we seeing here? What are we seeing here? Again, a little different for masculine and feminine right now. Not that different. To be perfectly honest, not that different, considering the fact that these are basically lining up. I should basically be holding these cards right now like this, is what I really should be doing. Because what we're really seeing here is this is a moment from the past coming back to the surface. For masculine energy, this is having to directly address something from the past right now, taking action right now on something from the past, because you are recognizing that it is creating a point of instability right now as it comes to the surface, but having a more optimistic outlook right now in feeling like you have the ability or capability to build something more strong than you have experienced at the moment. The reason that the masculine energy is going back towards towards this past right now, addressing these circumstances from the past, is there is this feeling right now that there is this point of stability that can be reached here. There's something here that can build a new foundation upon, and that is why you are taking this point of positivity. We've been seeing this a lot with the masculine energy. As we brought up, we saw the fact that the masculine energy needed to do a lot of work right now in something around their life, making some of these changes to create a more supportive environment for the feminine energy that they want to have access to. While from feminine energy right now, this is you having this moment right now where you yourself are also having to address or navigate some circumstances and situations related potentially from past experiences and some manifestation of masculine energy or from potentially related to your past that has created this point of instability around you or during from that period. But you're looking at it now either again, consideration point metaphysically right now or tangibly experiencing this in your experience. You're looking at it right now with a whole new outlook. There's a whole new outlook right now. It's not, even though it is creating this point still that we see for feminine, that it does feel like it is somewhat creating that point of instability. You're still feeling more optimistic. Why? Because you yourself are experiencing and creating this stability for yourself right now. This is something that you yourself are creating for yourself. And that's why this energy, even if it's coming in right now from a point of instability, isn't affecting you to the degree that it would have previously affected you, because you are now standing in a space where you've built more stability for yourself, even though something about having to address this does affect your stability a bit. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between, here's that reflection point, and again, the feminine energy with the Sun and the Queen of Pentacles. So for masculine right now, this is a moment that you are feeling some point of positivity. You are addressing some circumstances and situations right now with a much more optimistic outlook, potentially as it relates to an energy that you find is a manifestation of feminine that for some way, shape, or form, you feel that is in this space of instability. Either that this is an instability that they have in their own life right now, or an instability that you feel that they've created in your life from association with them. But you're still maintaining that positive outlook here. We see here that there's something here about you feeling like there's something that can be amended. While for feminine energy right now, this is a moment that while you are feeling some anxiety around your own stability, potentially even triggered by this energy of the masculine that you're still connected to in some way, shape, or form that makes you feel unstable or having to address it, you're still feeling much more optimistic about things right now. You're keeping that bright, positive outlook, even as you experience that point of instability. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with our Knight of Wands in its reversal. And this is that moment that's going to feel a bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, this is a moment that you are potentially pulling back your own energy. You are concentrating right now on your own positivity. You're concentrating on these situations and circumstances right now that are creating this point of positivity for you. And one of the things that we're seeing here that is happening is we're recognizing masculine's having this point of recognition that when feminine comes through in this way, when they're not creating this stable environment, it robs you of your own inspiration. It robs you of your own ability to move forward with passion, with purpose. Thank you so much for the gift. And so even though you are experiencing this right now, and this could even be coming through right now as a feeling of a block, you are still keeping a very positive outlook. There's something here that, again, we keep seeing this. I need to stress this. We keep seeing that for masculine energy right now, there is a tangible block that masculine energy is experiencing, that they're trying to overcome in their own life right now. And so for some of the masculine energy, this is going to fall in one of two directions. Thank you so much for the gift. For part of the masculine collective right now, this is that moment where you potentially want to go towards a feminine manifestation. You recognize that you are limited to some degree and you are not able to. And this is creating that point of difficulty because you recognize that it creates a point of instability in the feminine energy. But that's why you're still keeping that bright outlook. Why? Because you're creating that new solid foundation to correct for this issue. While for the other half of the masculine energy, this is that moment where you may be pulling your own energy away right now from a manifestation of feminine that you feel is not supportive or is not creating that level or degree of support that you would ideally desire. You're keeping an optimistic outlook right now because you are pulling your own energy away from this because you are moving towards your passion, your positivity, your joy. For the feminine energy right now, this is again going to fall in one of two scenarios, depending on where you fall in the feminine collective. For some of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment that you are experiencing some point of feeling a bit of instability. And you recognize that the reason you're feeling that point of instability right now is there's something about the masculine energy around you right now that while you may want to feel like you want to be in connection with it, there's something that is blocking them from being able to move towards you right now, or feeling that creates a sense of fickleness or instability. And you're recognizing that that's where that instability is coming from, but you're still staying very positive on the circumstances and situations, specifically because you still feel like this foundation is being created. While for the other half of the feminine collective right now, what we're really seeing is this is a moment where you are potentially moving away from a masculine energy that you feel is either concentrated on their own pleasure or is fickle or is not coming through to the degree or capacity that you think they're able, that are trying to move towards a space of their own needs instead of communicating effectively. And this is a point of recognition for you that that energy destabilizes you, and you are choosing to move towards positivity instead. You are letting this go so that you can move towards positivity. So two different sides on this for both masculine and feminine energy. Getting clarification right now between our Sun card in combination with the Hangman in its reversal. We love this card in its reversal, and the 9 of Wands in its reversal, which we also love in its reversal. So for both masculine and feminine energy right now, this feeling of positivity coming in. Why? Because you're liberating yourself from any circumstances and situations that you feel are causing more pain than pleasure right now, that are not returning on what you are having to sacrifice in order to get the gift. Some situations or circumstances that either need to be adjusted right now to remove that discomfort, or that you are potentially walking away from right now because you have decided that there is nothing more positive to be gleaned from them, having learned everything that you needed to learn from those experiences, and doing work today to help free yourself up from those things that are causing difficulty, specifically from a point that you are ready to heal, that you are ready to move forward in a new way or a new direction. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with our Strength card. We love to see her because this is taking a bit of effort. This is not something that is easy, but you are committed to this. You are feeling not only the positivity in taking the steps that you need to right now, but also the strength and the courage to do so. Why? Because we see here there are new foundations being created. You are feeling more stable. You are finding that point of stability in your own life right now, and it is changing your perspective on how you tackle things. It's giving you that confidence. It's giving you that encouragement. It's liberating you right now, either moving you away from circumstances that you feel are no longer serving your highest good or your highest purpose, or allowing you a new degree of possibilities as it relates to making some point of change to help ease any discomfort that you yourself have been feeling. The watchword of the day today is easing discomfort, moving out of a space of discomfort with confidence and a degree of courage. The next card we get in clarifying between our Hangman in its reversal, our 9 of Wands in its reversal, and our 7 of Wands in its reversal. So, did I say moving away from specific spaces of discomfort? I did not stutter. I did stutter. But this is what we're seeing here. There is a degree and capacity right now where you are just really recognizing what is aligned to your highest good and what is not. You are moving towards what feels good right now. You are moving towards what feels good right now. And if something does not feel good, if something feels uncomfortable, today is a day that you're really asking yourself if you should be staying in them, or if there is anything else to be gained from those places of discomfort, because we see that for most of the collective right now, the answer is going to be no. Doing that everything possible right now to create that sense of ease, and even moving away from conflicts that are creating unease right now, simply with the fact of feeling like there isn't much more to be gleaned from experiencing or having to face those difficulties. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with, oh my gosh, we love to see them. This is a beautiful counterpart to the Queen of Wands energy that we received today. Absolutely beautiful. These energies are very much reflecting each other right now. They're very much in alignment, but in different ways. We see that there's a balance point right now. We saw the feminine in our card of the day coming through with a Queen of Wands, balancing that masculine energy. Here's masculine stepping in, balancing their feminine energy. So what are we seeing now? It's going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For feminine energy right now, there is this point of easement. You are not going to stay right now in circumstances or situations that are causing you too much discomfort. If the discomfort isn't worth it, you're simply just moving away from it right now. You're doing that with confidence. You're doing that with courage. You're doing that feeling like you've learned everything you need to learn. Why? Because, and again, you're either right now concentrating right now on bringing in a manifestation of masculine that is balanced in this capacity, that has this ability to balance their emotional center within their masculine framework, or you are literally experiencing this immediately, that there is a support right now around you of a manifestation of masculine energy that is able to balance their emotional center, that is coming towards you in a emotionally stable way. And this is what is also allowing this point of easement. I will point out, for some of the collective right now, for feminine collective, there are two different paths that we see here. For some of the feminine energy right now, this has to relate to a masculine energy from the past that may be coming towards you from the past right now, that may have previously created a point of instability, but you are now recognizing are in a space of balancing their emotional center, that there's been some kind of degree of work around this energy, that they are now able to balance their emotions, and they're coming forward in a way that is not creating conflict, but is instead feeling supportive. For the other part of the masculine collective right now, this is the feminine collective right now. What we're really seeing is this is a moment that you yourself are feeling some conflict or experiences from some past energy rising up today, having to experience that difficulty around it, but at the same time, not allowing it to bother you, allowing it to basically roll off your back, if you will, not being interested in entering into a point of conflict, because you're moving in a space of positivity, and you're feeling because you also feel the manifestation of balanced masculine energy around you right now, supporting you as you move forward into more stable environments. Let's continue to get clarification on these cards right now. Clarification between our Three of Pentacles in combination with our Knight of Wands in its reversal. So, again, a bit different for feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, this is that struggling point. We keep seeing this in the masculine energy, because while there is some degree or desire to want to move forward on things right now, there is something, and again, we're seeing here, this is going to fall in two different spaces on the masculine collective, depending on how this connects to you. For some of the masculine collective right now, we are seeing that this is you trying to do some work to correct some immediate blockages in your own life right now, in your own ability to drive forward with your passion, with your communication, with your creativity, all for the effect of trying to create a more stable environment for yourself in this moment. While for the other part of the masculine energy right now, this is you potentially withdrawing your passion from some area, pulling back on your on some passion opportunity, specifically for the sake of creating a better point of stability for yourself in this moment. While for feminine energy right now, this is either coming through as a point that you yourself are building this stability for yourself right now. You are in this stable point. You are creating this stability for yourself. And that is what is giving you this moment of consideration towards the masculine energy right now. Not necessarily feeling this masculine, again, falling two different spaces, either not having a masculine energy that can come towards you in this moment, but that being okay because you're still creating this stability for yourself, though it does make you feel a little bit less stable than you would desire. And for the other half of the feminine collective right now, what we're really seeing is this is potentially you pushing away any energy that you feel is not coming towards you with the best of intentions or is moving only to serve their own purposes, all for the sake of supporting and creating this environment of stability that you are creating for yourself in this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with 7 of Pentacles. Time is on your side in this moment. Time is on your side. This is very interesting because we've been seeing this card in its reversal quite a bit. There's something here about being able to feel a lot of patience right now for feminine and masculine. For feminine, this is, and masculine, it will hit a bit different. For feminine, there's a moment right now. Feminine is not in any rush. We see that. Feminine is not moving with rush right now. They're taking their time. They're working carefully and slowly. Why is feminine being able to take this time right now? Because feminine recognizes the difference. They recognize that it takes time to build something that is stable, that it takes time to build something that is supportive for themselves. They're willing to put this energy in right now, feminine, because you know what is and is not stable. Versus recognizing that the energy that may be coming in that seems to be fast or demanding or moving with their own purposes, that's not necessarily the type of energy that you feel inclined to build with right now. Instead, and again, we're seeing here the difference between the two feminine energies depending on how this is falling for you in this moment. For some of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment where you feel that there is a masculine energy that is trying to manifest around you but cannot necessarily reach you. We saw that in the cards over the last few days, but you are okay. You are okay because you feel like it is a stable environment that energy is coming in towards you right now, that this can be corrected, and you're willing to take the time to let that unfold the way it needs to. For the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is you, again, releasing, coming to a point of letting go of any energy you feel is fickle or serving their own purposes right now, not having time for that type of energy because you are building this supportive environment for yourself at this moment, creating this center. While for masculine energy right now, what we're really seeing is, again, this is going to feel a bit more personal at this moment because we're seeing here that this is a moment that you are either, again, encountering a point where you are feeling some frustration in being able to move towards your desires as quickly as you would ideally like right now, but exerting that patience, putting that work in, because you're recognizing here that something feels stable enough that time is on your side, even if you cannot immediately move towards it. While for the other half of the masculine collective right now, this is simply a moment that you are potentially withdrawing your energy from some places and spaces that you feel are not necessarily moving you in the direction that you want to go, creating points of instability from you, pulling away from those places of instability, specifically because you are committed to creating this stability for yourself in this moment and taking the time necessary, putting your energy into those spaces and places that you feel are creating these supportive environments for yourself. Let's continue to get some clarity on these cards between our Knight of Wands in its reversal in combination with the Strength card. Again, it's going to slap a little different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. 222 in the room. For masculine energy right now, there is a point of frustration that you're potentially dealing with right now. This is potentially also where some of that frustration is coming out of with the point of instability. Because we are seeing here that this is a moment that you cannot drive forth the way that you would ideally desire right now. And it is requiring a high degree of strength to go through this moment. especially because we're seeing that there's an emotional center getting triggered in this moment and some instability here. This is feeling like something that is really making you have to draw up your courage. There's something here, masculine, that's saying that you need to get some courage to move forward on, to help correct some of this instability that you're experiencing. While for feminine right now, this is a moment that you yourself are being very courageous. You're moving with a lot of courage and strength and personal strength right now, even in the space of some masculine energy that you feel isn't coming towards you at the speed or capacity that you would ideally desire. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now. I love these cups coming up upright. I love all these cups coming up upright. Can we just keep the cups upright for now? This is good. I'm okay with these cups coming up upright. What did I say, masculine? What did I say about that emotional center opening up? This is what's really important for the masculine energy right now, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. Masculine energy, having this moment of your heart space opening is requiring courage, because what we're really seeing here is this is giving a lot of energy, almost like a leap of faith. Because while there is something here that you feel that you cannot tangibly move forward on right now, you can't be as close or desire to move forward in that way. You're requiring that space of courage because in the space of not being able to tangibly do something, you're trying to emotionally communicate. You have to emotionally communicate through this right now. And that emotional communication is requiring a lot of courage on your part to be able to open yourself up that way, to be able to express what you're feeling, even at this moment of feeling somewhat blocked. While for feminine energy right now, what we're really seeing, and this is going to be a bit different, feminine energy right now, and it's going to be two different sides of this energetically for feminine, okay? For some of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment that you yourself are having to experience a bit of strength, because for some of the feminine collective right now, this is identifying a single manifestation of masculine that, though they cannot tangibly reach you right now, they are emotionally trying to communicate to you that this is the case, that this is the difficulty, that they cannot come forward. For the other half of, and it's requiring you as well to take this leap of faith right now, to have that courage in the face of the circumstances or situations. While for the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is requiring you to have a bit of courage right now, because you are experiencing a situation that has to do with, again, some of that manifestation of masculine that you feel is coming towards you, but in a fickle way, moving about with their own interests at play, looking at that energy, feeling some of that difficulty around it, but also having that support as you experience that right now, because there's another manifestation of masculine helping to support you in this moment so that you push away some of this unhealed energy that you feel isn't coming towards you in the way that you would desire. This is that point of addressing of the past. So again, we're seeing here that this is a moment of either healing happening right now or pushing away unhealed karmic energy for the feminine. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now, maybe even both. Continuing to get clarification right now between our Knight of Wands in its reversal in combination with the King of Cups. What a day for masculine. There's so much masculine energy on the table right now. Masculine energy, are you okay? There's a lot of feelings here that are rising to the surface. So for masculine energy right now, this is a moment that is feeling very confusing potentially, because again, we see here that there is this feeling of blockage. There is this difficulty right now in being able to do the things you want to do, in following the places that you want to drive your passion right now, feeling blocked tangibly or metaphysically right now from being able to move towards the things that you desire, but also coming into emotional balance in that gap, not being able to physically do the things that you're desiring right now. But this is creating this point of balance within you of your emotional center. While for feminine energy right now, this is a bit different, because as I said, two different sides of the feminine collective right now. This is either a feminine side of the collective that is experiencing a single manifestation of masculine right now that cannot tangibly reach them. You cannot tangibly connect to them right now, but you are still feeling that emotional support through. You are still allowing this energy to move forward with right now because you recognize that though they cannot tangibly reach you, they are in this point of emotional centering. While for the other half of the feminine collective right now, you are being faced with the experience of two different masculine energies around you right now. One that is coming through as emotionally supportive, of balanced in their emotional center, while also having to address another masculine energy that you feel is moving just to serve their own purposes, potentially coming in a negative way, potentially coming in a way that their passions drive them forward, but you don't feel that emotional connection with, that there's something more self-serving around this energy and more concentrated on the self. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming through right now. Oh my God. There she blows. There she is. Here's our card of the day. Here to make an appearance. I was wondering when girlfriend was going to show up. Here she is. Oh my goodness gracious. What do we have here? I love this. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. What do we have here? We've got a beautiful, guys, these energies are just reflecting, that's it. They're in alignment. This is alignment here. This is somebody's aligned here. There's some alignment coming through. Okay, why? Let's walk it through. Okay, here we go. Masculine energy right now. What are we seeing? We are seeing there is a moment right now, okay, that you are feeling. And this is actually, here's where we saw the two different sides of the masculine energy right now. You either fall on one side of it or the other. It's going to be the same for feminine energy. Just give me a sec. I got to walk you guys through this. For masculine energy right now, you are either experiencing a moment where you yourself are not able to come forward right now as much as you desire towards a manifestation of a Queen of Wands energy right now. But you are feeling that you are in emotional balance, even if you can't come towards that energy in a degree right now, because you recognize that alignment with this feminine. You recognize that this feminine, even in the face of this, is confident and communicative. Thank you so much for the gifts, and is standing in their power. So this is what is allowing you to stay in your emotional alignment. While for the other half of the masculine collective right now, this is a moment, like I said before, you're pulling back. You're pulling away from some things in your life right now. You're pulling your own desire away from them right now because you yourself are coming into emotional balance. You are coming into orientation, all for the sake of a manifestation of feminine that you feel has these qualities, that you feel this level of degree of confidence in. So for some of the masculine, this is a connection point of connecting with the energy. For some of the masculine right now, this is shedding. And as I mentioned, other feminine energy that is potentially unstable for the connection between you and this other force. So for feminine right now, we are seeing that this is a moment that, again, you yourself, one of two scenarios at play. For some of the feminine, for half of the feminine collective right now, what we're seeing is this is a moment that you are standing in your power. You're feeling that balance point today. And even though there's a single manifestation of masculine that you feel you may not be able to tangibly, immediately be in connection with, it's okay. Why? Because that energy is emotionally connecting with you. You feel that emotional connection, and that is what is sustaining the balance. While for the other half of the feminine collective right now, this is a moment that you are rejecting, moving away from energy that you feel is coming towards you in a negative or self-serving or only from a passion-led direction right now, because you are feeling the support. You are seeing the manifestation of a masculine energy right now that is balanced. And that is helping you move away from this energy that isn't in alignment with you. And that is where the balance is coming from. I love it. Let's glue these down for the day. Let's just glue them down. Maybe we should stop here. Maybe we should just stop here. We can't stop. Can't stop. We're going to keep going. All right. Clarification right now between our Seven of Pentacles in combination with this beautiful Knight of Cups. Going to feel different for feminine and masculine today. Masculine, you are coming into a space right now of being able to emotionally offer something. You have an emotional offer that you want to give forth, but you're taking your time. This is something that is small. We're seeing here small gestures potentially today. Masculine is taking almost baby steps, if you will, towards some things right now. Moving with degree of slowness and purpose right now, because you want to take your time. You want to take something slow because you see the possibilities of growth here. You're putting your emotions out on the table right now because there's something around you right now that you really, really feel can grow into something great. While for the feminine collective right now, this is a moment that you yourself are willing to be patient right now. You're willing to take your time because there is a manifestation of masculine around you right now. This isn't a masculine energy that's like dropping the whole opportunity at you right now. These are slow, subtle, emotional connection points that you are feeling supporting you right now, that you are allowing to build, that you are willing to take your time on because you feel this energy is coming towards you right now from an emotional place, from a place of expressing their emotionality. And that is what is giving you that place to turn your concentration on right now. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification in... Did I say baby steps? Did I say little baby steps? These are baby steps. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful energy for masculine and feminine right now. Because what we're really seeing here is there is something here that for masculine, this is a moment where, again, we're seeing that this is what you're doing right now, masculine. It takes a degree of courage. We see here that there's a moment of courage that is being put on the table here with you being able to come forward in this way, in this emotional expression. But there's something here about you feeling very committed to this. And you may even be feeling like a bit of a childlike quality as you make this connection point, because there's something here that does feel a bit new to you. This is a new way of doing things. This is a new way of doing, you might not have done it this way before is what I'm really seeing, but you're willing to put in that slow, subtle energy right now. You're willing to let something grow. These are you taking those like cautious first steps towards something right now, for the sake of growing something that is more stable than something that you've experienced prior to this right now. While for feminine energy right now, and I need to stress this, for feminine energy right now, this is coming through if either and also I will point out, masculine is also feeling supported in this. The masculine energy is also being supported in this energy because they are getting back in kind. What masculine is sending to the energy right now from an emotional place, the reason they're feeling able to do this is that they're receiving that communication back in kind. They're coming, that the energy is responding to it. And that's why we see this beautiful like harmony of slow growth. Feminine taking baby steps to communicate, masculine taking baby steps to offer this emotional opportunity. While for feminine right now, this is again a moment that you are allowing for some slow growth to come through. For feminine, this is a moment that you have some more, feminine has some decisions to make is what we're really seeing here. Because there is something here around this energy. And I will say again, two halves of the collective for feminine here right now. For feminine right now, this is a moment where there is either a masculine energy that's literally coming through with communication, with new communication, and from an emotional place. And recognizing that this energy is coming in a new way from an emotional place is what is giving you the time and space to be able to allow something to grow right now. For the other half of the feminine collective, this is a moment where you don't just have like potentially one energy coming towards you in this new way right now. You may even have more than one. That there's an energy that's around you right now that is offering you these small things. They're offering you emotionality. They're offering you small communication. And you're taking your time and you're letting things grow in an organic way to see how they relate, to see how what they will mature into. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Knight of Cups in combination with our Queen of Wands. And again, this will feel different for feminine and masculine energy, bearing in mind that this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For feminine energy right now, this is a moment of feeling some deep balance within yourself, having today a lot of inspiration and ability to communicate, feeling the balance of the masculine energy within you right now, activating you, having you stand in balance with your own power and your own presence, feeling this degree of support while you do so, with some manifestations around you right now of coming forward from an emotional center. Feeling these emotional offers right now, these apologies, these communications, these considerations, someone coming forward from a true, heartfelt, emotional place, feeling both the supportive energy around you in this time that is creating this in you. This is a bit of a chicken and egg thing, because either are you bringing these in because you're in this power here, or are you feeling this because this is around you? Who is to say? But we do see that the energies are reflecting and playing in the same space today right now. While for masculine right now, this is you coming forward right now in small emotional gestures, coming from the heart, speaking from your emotional center right now, directly towards a manifestation of feminine that you feel is in this point of power, that is standing in their power, that is balanced, that is in this point of presence and power at this moment. May I please have one card to clarify? Two cards to clarify. Oh my gosh, and look what two cards they are. They are the Five of Pentacles in combination with the Tower in its reversal. This is beautiful, because what are we really seeing here? We're seeing healing. This is a moment of healing coming through today, one way or another. There's healing happening for both sides of the collective. And I am saying here, what we're really seeing is this is a moment that for masculine energy, and we need to point this out, it is not the fact that an abandonment wound isn't being triggered right now, but the abandonment wound is not happening from a point of reactivity. Rather, both feminine and masculine are doing the brave thing in facing the abandonment wound and allowing it to be a moment of healing, allowing it to be a moment of restoration, having this point of consideration, looking at the things from the past, recognizing what needed to change, what needed to be moved away from, all for the sake of healing an abandonment wound. For feminine right now, that is what is allowing them to stand into their power, because they're feeling the abandonment wound, but they're not getting triggered from it. Instead, they're using it as a point of healing. And that is feminine healing the abandonment wound by finding that masculine center within them instead of rushing towards masculine to fulfill this need. While for masculine right now, this is the abandonment wound being triggered, recognizing the abandonment wound being triggered, but instead of running away like we saw in the cards over the last few days, instead of running away as the abandonment wound for the masculine triggers, masculine is doing the brave thing in the sake of the abandonment wound, and instead offering emotionality, expressing their feelings, coming forward in an emotional center to express what they're feeling instead of running. And that is the point of confidence for masculine. This is how the abandonment wounds are getting healed separately right now for both masculine and feminine energy. For feminine, it is feeling the abandonment wound, but not rushing to fill a need based around them right now with the masculine energy. Instead, channeling that masculine energy within them to stand in a point of confidence against the abandonment wound. While for masculine, it is not running away. It is not rushing away from the feelings, but instead coming forward, thank you for the gift, with that emotional offering, even in the face of the fear. Beautiful energy. Beautiful energy. Final card for today. We love this. Between the Tower in its reversal, in combination with the Five of Pentacles in its reversal, in combination with the Knight, with the Page of Wands. So, feeling this moment, again, the past coming to the surface, having to address some situations or circumstances from the past that were not resolved, but letting this be a moment of healing, letting this become a moment of healing, specifically because even as you're experiencing it right now, there's some communication that's helping you now, new communication to help you heal these situations from the past in new ways, in better, positive ways, finding that point of clarification, getting that closure, being able to heal and move forward from this point right now. Clarification with the Five of Swords, a moment of resolution, recognizing that there's going to be a resolution now. And the resolution, again, is either going to express itself tangibly or intangibly. So for some of this collective right now, this is a point of healing, of something coming back from the past, but now in a way that it is ready to heal because it has changed and shifted and it is ready to do that growth. While for the other half of the collective right now, this is a point that is allowing you to create a sense of internal closure for yourself right now, because you recognize with the new energy coming towards you right now that this is a moment that you can truly heal your abandonment wound from that past experience. Beautiful. I'll take it. Bottom of the deck on this reading today is there's that instability riding out again. This is where we started. This is exactly where we started, my friends. That's the practical right now is the problem. The practical is the problem. The practical is where the blockage is. There's something here that's creating an immediate practical blockage that's requiring you to pour a lot of your time and energy right now into the practical space. So while all of this is playing out, we're seeing all of this is playing out right now from emotionality and communication and planning. There is something here that feels like it needs to be amended as to like how to align the practical space into the actual tangible space. Because for masculine and feminine here, we saw the fact that we started today off with those instability points of the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles coming out right now. Both energies needing to address some things in their own day-to-day life that may be creating some sense of blockage. That is our daily collective read for the day. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it with me. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my website, graystrega.com. Please keep in mind when you book a private reading, it is a two-step process. You have to book the reading and then you have to pay for the reading. They are two separate buttons. Please make sure that you hit both so we can have our reading. My private readings are done over video with the option of a recording sent to you afterwards. And if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you pay. Just mention your subscriber ID at the point of payment. Also, most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a personal reading. I will never PM you. I will never DM you. I will never tell you that your ancestors came to me last night in a dream and that I have a very, very special message that only I can give you. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my website. So please do that. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and sharing this reading with me today. And we will do this again tomorrow.